You want Sammy? You want Sammy? You can't handle the Sammy! Sammy Smackdown! Okay. See Sammy without the mask? His features are very subdued. It's hard to tell what they look like, but he did have a little bit of a nose and a mouth in there. Notice his fingers. He's got the 3 fingers and a thumb. And that's about it.
Abyss, I crawl a body. Shh. Quiet. Listen. I can hear him crawling above. Crawling. The ritual must be completed. Soon he will hear me. He will set us free.
That's what it said.
Who will set us free?
Oh, no.
Creepy. Realized I wasn't recording anything. I split Sammy's model apart, took his suspenders and his face mask off. I'll print them separately. That way I can just concentrate on printing his body and then print those laying flat so that they won't be all supported weird. I went into Blender and I actually subdivided and smoothed him out a little bit because he was very rigid or whatever. And when you bring him into Slicer, the interesting thing is he slices up okay. He does not have ink-hard abs, as you can see. I'm going to have to think of a way to add his abs later. Also, you'll notice he has 3 fingers like the Searcher and a human thumb. He's only 4-fingered. Yeah, or 3 fingers and a thumb. So the one side continues to print fine. The other side, still too much moisture or something, and did not work very well. So I'm just going to go with it. We'll see. When it prints slowly, it seems to be okay. I just can't feed it too fast. It means it's going to take a long time to print, even a small little guy. And nylon. So yeah, nylon. Tried to salvage this print. It is the smallest Sammy in the world. He's not even as big as my middle finger. I was able to pose his arm. I'm going to try here to move the other one around just with a hot air gun here without burning myself.
Three hours later.
Takes quite a bit of heat to get this.
3 hours later.
Move his arms a little further forward here. But I'm just going to give this to my little kid and make a real better scale one. And I don't believe I'm going to make it out of nylon because I just do not have it working well right now. Okay, my printer just hit the camera stand there. It didn't sound very good. Hopefully it didn't mess anything up. Sammy Lawrence. Printing him. As you can see, he's going to be a nice hollow grid guy with arms outstretched. It would be nice to be able to make those arms actually movable. I think I might do it as a post process. Not really the best way to do it, but anyway, we'll see what happens. As you might if you saw the nylon version I had tried to print, was very, very tiny. This seems like a good size right here. Any bigger with those arms out like that, and I'd have to move them around on the platform or print one half of them at a time, just because I'm running out of build space. Yeah, one of these days a bigger printer, I guess, but this one's a decent size. It's the average size printer, and big ones get kind of expensive, so the kit, this was built as a kit, and even the big kits are pretty much out of my price range right now. You can see it's printing his kidneys there, it appears. Just kidding. Just kidding. Ah! They sometimes slay me. Yeah. That's just because it needs some support in there. It chose to print that. I did not put those in there. If they were a little higher, they might be lungs.
Anybody who's had experience with 3D printer knows that you can only print so fast. Yeah, you can print faster and it starts to get stringy or the detail gets all messed up. So yeah, you have to be patient when you're 3D printing. A lot of people think they just whip these things out and voila, you've got a model. But yeah, not quite the case. Not at least with this printer. Some of them are faster, and it just depends also on the filament that you're using, how fast you can spit it out. This print probably took about an hour or so. I can't remember, but that's what you get.
Okay, like I pointed out in the model, that there is really no bumps on his rock hard abs. Ink hard abs. So in order to do that, we're going to insert a magnet. Now I wish I had a flatter magnet. This is taller than I really want. I'm going to insert it right in his belly, and when I put the ferrofluid on it, it'll spike out. Again, if it was just a little flatter, and maybe I'll use a square one. You know, I'm going to use a square one. I've got some flatter square ones. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, I'm using a weak magnet. The idea is I just want it to be spread out more, and if you stick a magnet behind it, you can strengthen the appearance, and it may be kind of neat. So I'm also going to insert a wire to strengthen. He's got very thin, dainty arms, and with this plastic, which is very brittle, I am going to use that. The nylon, I can flex it without breaking. This plastic is not that flexible, so we'll stiffen it up.
Okay, at the request of Diamond Plays, we have the Bendy Banjo from Chapter 2 printed out. I'm not going to show the details, it's a pretty quick print. And we'll give it to Sammy Lawrenece.
Okay, we have Sammy here, and what I did with the banjo, which I didn't bother videoing the print. So put a little piece of metal there so that the magnet inside his belly can hold his banjo. It's a very weak magnet, so it's kind of just barely holds it. And he can play the banjo, which he loves to do. This was the first attempt with the nylon, and the only thing I love about nylon is he is super flexy, so he's bendy. Bendy Sammy. No, he's Sammy. No, he's bendy. He's bendy. No, he's Sammy. I did make a mask for him, but the 4-year-old misplaced it. I gotta redo it. But so he can bend. My table is crooked here too, and his feet are very, very small. There. Put the mask back on. His suspenders are super. Shouldn't even bother have 3D printed the suspenders and just used paper. I shouldn't have bothered 3D printing the suspenders and had just used paper. So this table is sloped, so everything wants to fall forward. It's just bolted into the wall, and it's not very level. So everything wants to fall off of here. But we can put his banjo on, and that makes him even more front heavy.
I'm back. I play banjo every day. I play banjo when I wake up.
Talk about genetic deficiencies. Isn't that pitiful? Who's picking the banjo here?
I'm singing in the ink, just singing in the ink. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm Bendy and I'm singing in the
No,
ink.
you're Bendy and that is.
That's somebody who won an fan art contest. That's pretty neat to get your fan art in a game. I love that idea. Well, singing in the rain, Bendy. We'll see you later, alligator.